And here we go. Here it and here we go. Here it is. It is here. Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to mow. Here we go. Here it is. It is here. I'm having a bit of a camera issue with the stream, so I'm not quite sure if I'm visible on your screen. So let me just check. It's just something that sprung up at the last moment, so I'm not quite sure. Let me just check how it's coming across on the screens. Uh, just bear with me one moment. It's always one thing of the or the other with this app, this streaming service that I use. So let me just see how it is coming across, or if it's there it is. So I am showing. Oh, okay. So that's brilliant. I'm not showing on my screen, but I seem to be showing on YouTube. So there it is. So there it is. So yes, roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to mow. Here it is. It is here. Here I am. Hope you are there. The session commences and your company is required. I do wish I'm able to see things on my screen, but I'm not able to see things on my screen. But so long as you guys are able to see it, that's the main thing. The usual protocol: click on the like button, click on the subscribe button. That way, we propel the YouTube algorithm to reach a wider audience. One man went to mow. To attention, the anthem.
Mr. Albert Congo raises the flag of the new nation.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign fatherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace or battle honored, and this we count as gain. Hang on to our children, a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.
And there it is. Nigeria, we hail thee. So Nigeria, we hail thee, and we hail thee indeed. So Nigeria, we hail thee. As guys, I bring you this. Mass defection from APC begins in Kwara, Oshun, others after controversial national convention. So all the anticipation is that this party will implode. There's no thing on earth that would suggest that that would not be the case. Just seeing what we saw people conceding and saying that they are stepping down for consensus and crying, not one, not two, but tens and tens of people crying that they are happily willing to concede. So people are being strong armed out of their ambition, and if it's a party that cannot facilitate for democracy, then people have to then move their ambitions to other spaces. And this is what we're seeing playing out. We did. This comes as absolutely no surprise to anyone. Mass defection from APC begins in Kwara, Oshun, others as controversial after controversial national convention. So that is no surprise to anybody. But will the big names leave is the question. Terrorist attack, Air Peace suspends flight to Kaduna airport. So, that again comes as no surprise to anybody, of course. That was always going to happen. It's just a ridiculous system, the whole Nigerian space. So our terrorist attack airplane suspends flight, and we expect even more people to suspend our flights. So this was a headline that came in at the tail end of our yesterday's session, but it holds the space now. Abuja KADUNA train bombing. How terrorists abducted white man orders from business class coach. Shehu Sani speaking. So there it is right there. They tell us that they rescued everybody. This was also, I think it was Thomas that was even telling us that yesterday. But of course, they're not going. But when the bandits come and attack the space, they are not attacking it only for the intentions of causing damage. They are attacking it for the intentions of causing mayhem and subsequently kidnapping. And it looks as though those two things took place. So from that to the next. Also, still with that storyline, young female doctor killed in terrorist bombing of Abuja KADUNA train plans to leave Nigeria Friday, says friends. So this is just one of those countless tragic stories that we hear about these spaces. A young person now, she's done her training, and she's now looking to avail herself of international opportunities. So just probably traveling round to say goodbyes to loved ones, etc. But then, of course, it was actually the loved ones that were saying goodbye to her. So that is it, the tragedy, the human stories behind all these headlines that we hear. A young female doctor killed in terrorist bombing of Abuja KADUNA train plans to leave Nigeria Friday, a headline attributed to her friends. So there it is right there. Osinbajo praises Tinubu for enriching democracy. So is this celebratory of Tinubu's birthday, or is this Osinbajo signaling that daddy is still daddy? We'll find out in the course of reading the piece, but the headline does intrigue. Osinbajo praises Tinubu for enriching Nigeria's democracy. So there it is right there. And to land still on the KADUNA space, Asman Airlines suspends flight to Kaduna over airport attack. So we'll read that alongside the airpiece one, just so everything is in sequence. So that's the diet, that's the menu. The airlines are running away from the airport. It's just nowhere to run is the narrative of the Nigerian space. They shoot you on the road, so you get on the trains. They bomb you in the train, so you get on the plane, and then they come and attack the airport. Nowhere to run. Nowhere to run. So nowhere to run is enough to make you take to drink. So let's take to drinks and go to the care guides. To the care guides.
Water, only water. Water, only water. Where they see ma. Water. Water, 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 water. Hapa you don't come oh. Hapa oh night oh. Oro keke elemu ye o. Oro keke. Ide shodi ya keke elemu re o. Oro keke. Bobby master keke elemu re o. Oro keke. Chifu faila ti keke elemu re o. Oro keke. Eruku lele elemu de. Eruku lele elemu de. Eruku lele egbe elemu dodo jare o. Eruku lele Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Olúyẹ̀lá ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosoname ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosodunke ẹyẹ rẹ̀ ó dilé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. gbéṣe o.
àmì o.
àrùn kárùn kò ní.
All right, so Iku Koniriwa Gbeshe, the Kegite. So the powerful prayers by the Kegites. Iku, hold on. Let me remove that from the screen. So there it is. Yeah. So Iku Koniriwa Gbeshe, powerful, potent prayers by the Kegites. So I must just address one thing. There are about 7 people turned up with about 24, 30 people on the screen. So please just thumb it up because I tire somewhat of that somewhat. It's a bit like cheating. So I'll encourage you to do that. If I read out these things and it's not thumbed up, then we might just end the sessions there because you have to participate too. So just please thumbs up the thing. Enough of that, please. So let me read it out and please just thumb it up because that's the only contribution that you make to the thing. So why can't you just do that? Just to flick some lousy thing. So just please thumbs it up. So Ikuko Niriwagweshe, as guys, I bring you this. Mass defection from APC begins in Kwara, Oshun, others, after controversial national convention. The All Progressive Congress has started witnessing the All Progressive Congress has started witnessing massive defection of its members to the opposition party after it's just concluded its national convention. This comes on the trail of a heated crisis in the party, despite a charge by President Buhari for unity. Correspondents report that the Reconciliation Committee, headed by Senator Abdullahi Adamu, who is now the chairman of the party, had yet to submit its full report as only an interim report had been handed over to the APC. Meanwhile, it has been reported that there were about 208 ongoing court cases in different parts of the country by aggrieved APC members. However, with many of the cases being concluded, some losers have now begun dumping the party, whilst others are in talks with the opposition, the People's Democratic Party (PDP). According to the report, members of the APC faction in Kwara State, led by the Minister of Information and Culture Lai Mohammed, had removed the party's flag from their secretariat and members had deserted the building. A member of the State House of Assembly representing the Ojomu slash Balogun constituency in the Ofa local government area, Shahib Popola, who is a leading member of the Lai Mohammed faction, announced his defection to the Social Democratic Party on the floor of the assembly last week. In a chat with correspondents on Monday, the faction said it had exited the APC. The publicity secretary of the APC faction elected at the parallel congress organized by the group, Ibrahim Sharafaddin, disclosed this in an interview with correspondents. We have exited the APC officially, but we have not declared for any political party. Our leaders have not made any public declaration on which political party we're moving to. We will make it public very soon, Sharaf ad-Din stated. Asked if the faction would move to the PDP, Sharaf ad-Din said no, adding that was the sole decision of Popola, who informed the Kwara State House of Assembly that he had defected from the APC. In Sokoto State, where there is no APC chairman currently, it was learned that the PDP had begun making moves to bring aggrieved members into its fold. An APC chieftain, an APC chieftain in the state said, Sokoto State is a peculiar matter. The party has no recognized leadership at the moment because of the court case challenging the congresses. In fact, only statutory delegates from Sokoto, like former governors and others, were allowed to vote during the National Convention. Others who emerged from the congresses were barred. We are aware that the PDP is already trying to woo some of the APC members into its fold. And if this disagreement isn't well managed, the APC may lose Sokoto State again. In Zamfara State, the faction led by Governor Bello Matawele is the recognized one, but the factions led by Senator Kabiru Marafa and ex-governor Abdulaziz Yari have refused to withdraw their cases from court. The Marafa faction said it would not withdraw its pending cases before the courts, despite the national. The Marafa faction said it would not withdraw its pending cases before the court, despite the national convention conducted last Saturday. The spokesman of the faction, Bello, I won't attempt his last name, said the pending cases in various courts would be pursued to its logical conclusion. He said, we are going ahead with the court cases. We have pending cases at various courts and we will not withdraw the cases because we are still not convinced that we have been treated fairly. We are challenging the legality of Governor Matawele's faction's chairman to Kar Dan Fulani. So there it is. Iso Fulani is a Dan Fulani to Kar Dan Fulani. What a name. And the remaining executive committee members because they were not elected in a legal way. We are also challenging the reason why the national headquarters of our great party refused to recognize our factional party executives who were duly elected during the parallel congress held in the state. On it goes. The guy that I couldn't pronounce his name also stressed that the faction would challenge last Saturday's national convention as due process was not followed during the event. We are going to court to challenge the election of Senator Abdullahi Adamu and other national executive members of the party because of a series of illegalities. We were really not happy with the conduct of the Congress and we will not let it go like that, he stated. On whether the Marafa's APC faction would remain in the APC or not, the guy said it was in consultation with lawyers. We are in consultations with our lawyers on whether to remain in the party or not. So I cannot precisely tell you what will happen until after the consultation, he explained. In Osun State, Abiodun Agboola, publicity secretary of the APC faction backed by the Minister of Interior, Ralph Aregbesola, said members of the group would wait for the court to decide a matter it instituted challenging Governor Boyega Oyetola's illegibility, that should say, Governor Boyega Oyetola's illegibility, which is before an Abuja court. He, however, said the group had no plans to defect from the APC, adding that it will pursue the matter of Oyetola's illegibility to stand as the governorship candidate of the APC to its logical conclusion. He stated, we are not moving to any party and we are not talking to any party whatsoever. We remain members of the APC. The national convention has come and gone. Officers have emerged and they have been sworn in. That does not mean that we are going to leave the party, but we have a case in court. We are challenging his, Oyetola's, eligibility. The case came up before a federal high court in Abuja last Friday. We are saying that he is not even qualified to stand as the flag bearer of the party in the election coming up in July. We will wait for the court to decide that case before the next line of action. So a party is just hemorrhaging. That's just the word. The party that is hemorrhaging right before our very own eyes. So from the hemorrhaging uh, of the APC to the increasing insecurity of the Nigerian state, terrorist attack, Air Peace suspends flights to Kaduna Airport. Air Peace has suspended flight operations to Kaduna International Airport in Kaduna State According to a source who spoke with correspondents, the development may not be unconnected to the gun attack around the airport at the weekend. Recall that on Saturday, a staff of the Nigerian Airspace Management Authority was shot dead as bandits invaded the Kaduna airport. This is even as the bandits prevented an Asman aircraft scheduled for Lagos from taking off at the Kaduna airport. It was gathered that the Asman aircraft could not take off as at about 12:30 p.m. because of the presence of bandits around the runway of the airport. On Tuesday, Asman announced an indefinite suspension of his flight to Kaduna over insecurity. Hours later, the news of Air Peace halting operations to Kaduna broke. The development was confirmed by Air Peace spokesman Stanley Olisa, who did not go into further details. So there it is right there. They came to fight security or insecurity, I should say, and that is the result of their fight. Just the day before, Lai Mohammed was in this long speech boasting about how they have secured the country and Nigerians feel safer. But off the back of that, this Asman Air suspends flights to Kaduna over airport attack. Following the recent attack on Kaduna Airport, Asman Air has altered flights to Kaduna. Announcing the development in a statement on Monday, the airline's management explained that it suspended operations in Kaduna to re-evaluate its operational procedures. In the airport, the management of Asman Air would like to inform the general public that we will be halting our operations into Kaduna Airport for a few days, the airline said, despite acknowledging that the security situation around the airport has returned to normal. The airline said the suspension was needed to ensure the safety of its equipment, staff, and passengers are fully guaranteed. Armed bandits on Saturday afternoon breached security at the airport, attacking people. A witness told correspondents that the attack occurred shortly after 12 noon when the attackers scaled the airport barriers and caused widespread panic across the facility. The attack allegedly caused a 44-minute delay in an Asman Air flight from Kaduna to Lagos. However, passengers aboard the plane arrived safely. 2 days after the invasion, armed bandits on Monday bombed a passenger train along Kaduna Abuja track. So there it is right there. But they have restored security. Oh, this is what Lai Mohammed told us. So to that space now, the bombing of the train, Abuja Kaduna train bombing, how terrorists abducted white man, others from business class coach. Shehu Sani speaks to the space. A former Nigerian senator and social commentator, Shehu Sani, has revealed that the terrorists who bombed the Abuja Kaduna train and attacked passengers particularly targeted the business class coach, where they also attacked a white man. Sani on Twitter revealed that the terrorists killed a lot of passengers who resisted abduction. He said, I just spoke with a survivor who is a civil servant working with a public library. She narrated that the terrorists specifically targeted the business class coach. They kidnapped some persons, including a white man, and killed those who resisted whilst she pretended to be dead. Correspondents had earlier reported that a former Deputy Governor of Zamfara State, Malam Ibrahim Wakala, was amongst the Abuja Kaduna train passengers who was shot by terrorists on Monday evening. Correspondents learned that Wakala was shot on the leg and currently hospitalized. Sources also confirmed to correspondents that out of the 15 patients brought to St. Gerald's Catholic Hospital in Kaduna, 2 had been confirmed dead including a lady medical doctor with the hospital. A former deputy governor of Zamfara State, Malam Ibrahim Wakala, was equally shot on the leg. Out of the 15 patients brought to St. Gerard's Catholic Hospital, two are dead, including a lady medical doctor with St. Gerard. Uh, two female two females moved to 44 Reference Hospital because of bullet wounds. They could not be treated at St. Gerard, the source said. Correspondents on Monday night also reported that Mohammed Amin Mahmood, an aspirant in the just concluded National Convention of the All Progressive Congress APC for the Northwest Zonal Youth Leadership, was shot during the attack on Monday. Correspondents learned that the politician was on board the train and was one of those shot during the train ride, which was heading to Kaduna from Abuja. However, as of the time of filing this report, it was not clear how critical his injuries were or if he would survive. Correspondents had reported that two cleaners and workers of the attacked Abuja Kaduna train, identified as Loretta and Abdul, were also killed. There are at least 970 passengers on board the train, according to official sources familiar with the service. So let's now go to one of the dead just to cite her as an example of what transpired. So now this represents the victim of that space. A young female doctor killed in terrorist bombing of Kaduna Abuja train planned to leave Nigeria on Friday, friends. So the young female doctor killed in terrorist bombing of Abuja Kaduna train planned to leave Nigeria Friday. A young medical doctor, Megafu Chinelo, who was killed on Monday in the Abuja Kaduna train attack, was meant to travel out of the country on Friday, one of our friends had said. Correspondents had reported how bandits attacked the train, which was on its way to Kaduna from Abuja on Monday night. The gunmen were said to have blown up the rail track, after which they launched an attack on the passengers. The dentist, let me take that entirely all over again. Now, a young medical doctor, Megafu Chinelo, who was killed on Monday in the Abuja Kaduna train attack, was meant to travel out of the country on Friday, one of our friends has said. Correspondents had reported how bandits attacked the train, which was on its way to Kaduna from Abuja on Monday night. The gunmen were said to have blown up the rail track, after which they launched an attack on passengers. The dentist was one of the 970. The dentist was one of the over 970 passengers on board when the terrorists attacked the train. Shortly after the attack, Chinelo took to her Twitter page at 9:43 p.m. asking Nigerians to pray for her. I am in the train. I have been shot. Please pray for me, she had tweeted. Taking to Twitter on Tuesday, a friend of the deceased said Dr. Chinelo was making an honest living. She was working at St. Gerard's Hospital in Kaduna. She wanted more for herself and processed her papers to leave this hellhole. She resigned last month to leave the country this Friday, then this happened. Nigeria, why? Speaking to correspondents, another friend of the deceased said, yes, it is true, though I don't know when she was meant to leave. May her soul rest in peace. The Nigeria Rail Corporation NRC has suspended its Abuja Kaduna train service after terrorists blew up its train on Monday, killing and injuring passengers in the process. The NRC made the announcement in a terse statement on its Twitter page. In the ill-fated train, many are feared kidnapped and 2 confirmed dead, whilst others sustained injuries during the attack. The NRC wrote on Tuesday, dear passengers, due to unforeseen circumstances, train operations along the Abuja-Kaduna route has been temporarily suspended. Further communications would be given in due course. Correspondents earlier reported that a former deputy governor of Zamfara State, Madam Ibrahim Wakala, was amongst the Abuja-Kaduna train passengers who was shot by terrorists on Monday evening. Correspondents learned that Wakala was shot on the leg and currently hospitalized. Sources also confirmed to correspondents that out of the 15 patients brought to St. Gerard Catholic Hospital in Kaduna, 2 had been confirmed dead, including a lady medical doctor with the hospital. So I think we've read this already. So that's it right there. So let's do the last readout and see who is available, if anybody, to take it on. Osinbajo praises Tinubu for enriching Nigeria's democracy. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo and his wife Dolapo have congratulated APC national leader Bola Tinubu on his 70th birthday, praising him for enriching Nigeria's democracy. He said Tinubu not only queried the limitations which has beset Nigeria's federalism, he actively encouraged the use of legal process in clarifying the constitution. As Ashiwaju, Ashiwaju, your decades of sterling contributions in public and political spheres are remarkable, stated the vice president. In particular, your endeavors in the advancement of federalism, electoral reform, and party organization have helped to enrich our democratic experience. Mr. Osinbajo, in a statement on Tuesday, prayed that God would grant Mr. Tinubu strength, wisdom, and favor. It gives Dolapo and I great pleasure to send you our heartfelt birthday felicitations. And it is a unique one indeed. The Platinum Jubilee and the completion of yet another remarkable decade, added the Vice President. It is also an opportune time to give thanks to God Almighty for your service to the nation. As a senator of the Federal Republic, governor of Lagos State, and a founding leader of the All Progressive Congress APC, the vice president also mentioned that in confronting the many challenges which came with the transition to democracy in 1999, Mr. Tinubu showed leadership and was always ready to push the boundaries. We join your entire family, friends, and associates to celebrate you on your 70th birthday, and we pray that as your days, so shall your strength and wisdom and favor be with God. So there it is. Happy birthday, he rounded off. So are those just birthday greetings, or does that have a political undertone? So Sam, I see you. Xero, I see you. Solly, I see you. And the majestic Ajanle Koko, I see you. So good to see you all, gentlemen. So to it, and yes, there it is. So to it, let's go straight to Ajanle Koko first, actually, and sample his opinion if he's ready. Ajanle Koko, are you ready?
One man radio.
You are ready.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Let's go with Solly. Let's go with Ajanle Koko first, Solly, and then I'll come to you quickly. It's a short session anyway, as you know. But yes, the APC is starting to hemorrhage members. Because you can't. A lot of people have been nursing these ambitions for 5, 6, 7 years. They've been politicking. They've been aligning themselves. They've been making friends, forming allies. They've been standing steady. And then when it comes to the moment where all the build-up that they've made, when it comes for them to then play that hand and put their faith in what they have worked for, you say you've come up with a consensus and tell them to pack their ambitions. So you saw the clips of people crying when they were saying they were withdrawing. So they are not accepting it, and they are leaving the party in droves, and they are going to court en masse. So APC will even be on the ballot in 2023? It's a question. Ajanle Koko.
Good morning, woman. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah.
Maybe you are in the afternoon in Britain.
Yes.
I thank everybody on the platform this morning, and I would like to urge our viewers around the world listening to us, please thumbs up, or maybe you click on the like button. To the question, you see, APC is a party of strange bedfellows. So what we see playing out in APC is not democracy. APC is not it's not showing to us that they are truly a party that love democracy, and that is why they cannot practice it within their party. All democratic value is not championed by APC, and the so-called what do you call it? The consensus, to me, is the way they carried it out in the last convention. It's nothing to be described but authoritarianism. So they coerce
It's a
people.
farce, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a
They
farce.
bullied them. They bullied them now. They bullied them.
Yeah, they bullied them. So it was it is autocracy. It is not democracy. They did not practice democracy in that convention. It was autocracy, and they coerce people into submission of their ambition for the interests of the president and for those that are favored by president and the governors, to kill the interests of the people in the party. That is not the way democracy is run. If it was for the position of chairman, and they allow the rest to go on the level playing field to contest, then we can say, okay, for the position, the strongest position in the party, yeah, they reach out for consensus and they allow others to be contested on a level playing field. But to do consensus across the board, that is not a democratic principle. They did not practice democratic principle there. What they did there was autocracy, and they forced people into submitting.
And we saw them crying now, Ajale Koko. I mean, we saw them crying. Say, it's something.
We saw a man
crying,
shedding tears, was crying. There was a lady they said for the leader of what did they call it? A woman's leader that disagree openly that is not yielding for their consensus candidate, that is going to contest it. But later came, and the way you saw, the way she spoke to agree on consensus, it was like she was just crying. I mean, they are slowly killing that party.
No, but this is I don't want to go too ethnic, but this is the way they do things. It's like a warlord sort of a system, isn't it? So they're just under the banner of democracy, practicing as they always have done. Yeah, well, you saw people crying, people falling apart. They are all in court. They are leaving the party.
Yes. So this is why.
Yeah, come in, Sam. You want to disagree? You want to support your party? Have you look at this guy? Oh yeah, go on.
Yeah, I just finished listening to last night's program. I just said I should put on my TV and I saw you. Okay, I've packed that one to listen to this one, but I'm already 5 hours into the yesterday's one. I was going to join yesterday, but I slept off. So, based on the question you asked, John Lekoko, the reason why there's this hula baloo in APC about this consensus thing is because it's a winning party. And because the party is a party in power. That's why you're seeing all this jostling. PDP had a consensus as well. They had. The reason why there was a bit, it was a bit rancorous. Some people disagreed as well. But then at the end of the day, it was a family affair, like the PDP would say. It's because they are not in power. That's why it didn't blow out of proportion.
No,
The reason,
I disagree. I disagree.
Okay, let me hear your own disagreement about that.
No. Firstly, the permutations in the PDP, I don't think it cuts across the board for everybody. So there was some consensus in the PDP, but the real problem with the APC, and there was a slow build up to their consensus. So they had the room to sit people down and negotiate them into an agreement. But what we saw was that within about 2 weeks or so, this guy just had a brain fade, not a brain wave, but a brain fade. These are our Aboki. And he just said, okay, just go and pick. Okay, I will pick one, and then you guys go and pick the rest. And then you just truncate people's ambitions. So that was it. They sent Abubakar Malami, Loretta Onoche, and the rest of them to go and supervise that thing. You know what that means, don't you?
How do you know that?
That
could be a rumor now.
No, it's not a rumor now.
No, there was a report now. There was a report. They published it openly.
So you don't even know.
I had that. No.
You don't even know.
I had that. What I'm saying to you, I had that now. Let me land. What I'm saying to you, so those ones will now go like class prefect and be writing the names of people disagreeing with Buhari.
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. They were sent to supervise the consensus list. They call it a unity list, but we now see that it's a disunity list. But what they are, let me answer. What they sent them with is with bags and bags full of dollars to go and buy dissenting voices off. That is what they did. That was their role. Yes.
I didn't hear about the bag of dollars, but I'm trying to
we know, is that not how politics is played in Nigeria? Do you have to hear before you know?
Okay. I'm not going to label that.
Is that how or not how politics is?
That's our peculiarity. I mean, that happened. It happened everywhere. It happened under PDP.
When they say to go and supervise them, it's bags of dollars. They sent them with bags of dollars to.
But the impression I'm trying to correct this afternoon is the consensus was not across the board from the top to the end. There were some that were contested.
It was.
Why is Senator Marafa fighting?
Marafa had problem with Matawa.
Why we saw that crying over youth something. Anyway,
Marafa had problem with Matawale when that one was brought in by Buni into Zamfara politics. When he still had his own problem with their former governor before. So that's Marafa's problem. I know he didn't want the convention to hold. That guy is a stubborn man and he needs to be checked out of that party. He's seeing himself as larger than the politics of Zamfara. He doesn't care if the night will turn today. That's the same way they lost Zamfara State to the opposition. That's the same way River State was lost to PDP as well. So what I'm trying to say is, if I don't even know anything at all, Ajanle Goku now is saying it's across board. It's not across board. The youth leadership, I contributed 100,000 naira to the guy, what's it called? Dada Olusegun. Dada Olusegun lost out to Israel now. That was
Dada Olusegun didn't lose out, or he withdrew. We saw him crying. I have the clip. Was it you, Solid, that sent me the clip of Dada crying?
Yes, so it was me.
So he did not lose. They forced him down, and he was in tears.
Like a child that is told his rights at birthday party.
What are you doing now? We saw it now. Why are you telling us what we saw?
This is our Sham now.
Look at this guy.
Our Sham is here.
Samu, I like Babo. Look at this guy.
Let's go. I just wanted to clear that notion. That it wasn't across board. Do you know if Buhari did not come in at that time intervened, the party will have died. All this Kwara, APC and Oshun that you're showing us today that they are saying bye-bye to APC, that will have been what will have happened on that day if Buhari didn't intervene. They will have just walked out and embarrassed the president. The same thing that happened under Jonathan when the faction of Amechi and the likes worked out on Jonathan will have been embarrassing. That will have marked the death knell for APC on that Saturday. But he prevented that. Do we all agree in APC with this Adamu man? No. But then what do you have to do? You have to go by by what has been laid down now. So let's build on this. For the APC members, it's not a do or die affair.
So what we saw at the convention. Was that democracy for you? Was that your understanding of what democracy means?
Internally, in APC constitution, there is a direct, indirect, and consensus means or ways of achieving their end product or achieving whoever is going to represent them. Consensus is part of it, and one of the criteria is if 6 people are jostling for a position. Let me finish, sir. If 6 people are jostling for a position, and we have agreed, whether grudgingly or happily, that this person should represent us, all of them, the remaining 5 should sign, which they did at the backstage. They signed a document. INEC official, the beautiful old woman from INEC, I saw her on the podium that day. They were observing. If they had any problems with that, they would have come out to speak.
Sam even called her beautiful old woman.
Look at that. They've started, the toasting has started.
At least she has long hair than Will Smith's wife now. So
look at that. So you see, this is where we're headed. They've already put their agents out in the social media to be countering us. Look at that. We can't even run them down without them coming to go.
We can't run them. I'm actually prepared for you. One man, Mike was taking you to a spot where you tried to shut him down last night. I have everything we're about to discuss. I've got them on my laptop. Maybe tonight. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm going to lay them out. All the infrastructure work that is going on, and the corruption that you said was not that Jonathan. I've got my facts and figures here. Jonathan.
This guy is really ready.
It's
the truth. Not to come and fire us here.
No, I'm not firing anybody.
To campaign for APC, right?
No, sir. It's not as if there's no corruption. There's corruption going on still. But then let's tell the public the truth. That's just what I'm about. It's not as if I'm not supporting Buhari now. He messed up now. See the insecurity everywhere. I'm not supporting him, but then it can be better. Someone else can do a better job. That's what I'm saying. I'm not supporting Buhari.
Has he done a better job so far?
Yeah. He has failed, but infrastructure, I will not deny that I'm seeing things on ground. And that second Niger bridge as well. I've pulled up documents.
Now, Sam, you are seeing things on ground. How many Nigerians?
No, we've already gone through the documents yesterday, so we know. Don't worry about that.
Sam, from the infrastructure that you are seeing on ground, how many Nigerians will live long enough to see that infrastructure?
They are going to commission the second Niger bridge December this year, by God's grace.
You can't answer my question.
I hope it's good luck Jonathan that cuts the ribbon, to be fair.
No, there's already named Buhari's bridge now, so what's good luck Jonathan?
They can name it anything. We know is this not what they do in Saudi? And so we know their system, but look at that. Is that a new
Let me tell you.
After ourselves in
this bridge is a public.
Can I say something about this bridge, please?
Yeah.
Why is there always a mention of a bridge every year? You do budgets every year. You should go into the next project. For goodness sake, you're over-celebrating a bridge.
No, that's why I'm keen for it to be completed, so that is struck off the list.
It's just like the Lagos or a road, or was it Benin or a road? Every year they are calling this road. How much is this bridge? How much is Nigeria worth? Let
me tell you, sir. The bridge is being financed as a public-private partnership, PPP. 60% of it is being funded by a contractor called Gito Groups. 20% is funded by the federal government. So when one man yesterday said the money was gotten from Nexim in China, no. The federal government is contributing 20% to it. Anambra State government is contributing 10%, and Delta State government is contributing 10%.
I never said the money was gotten from China, so maybe you need to.
Say that. He didn't say that, though. One man did not say that.
I've not finished listening to last night.
Okay, go and listen back. Go and listen back.
What I'm saying is this.
I never said it was from China.
That has been. When was this bridge announced? Wasn't it? During Jonathan's administration,
2014. Good luck, Jonathan. He did the groundbreaking. And he
Yeah, for
told us it
goodness
will
sake.
be built in 4 years because he had
Yes.
perfected the money.
Yeah, for goodness sake, what we should be discussing now is how many jobs were created, how many new entrepreneurs are on board, how many millionaires are you creating? Stop
That
questioning a
second Nigeria
bridge
bridge
that,
alone
yes,
has created 1,000 to 1,300 Nigerians working on that site ever
Thanks
for
since
to
it
how many
started.
years? For how many years? That should
thanks
be
to
the
good
second
luck
point.
Jonathan.
After
Thanks to
that,
good luck Jonathan.
and after that
No, what
first
I'm
year,
saying
you
is
stop
okay.
mentioning this thing.
One
We're
man.
celebrating a
I need you to
bridge.
understand
That's what I'm
something.
saying.
There's a
One man, we
difference
don't
between
enter second
groundbreaking.
chance here. Oh.
There's a difference between groundbreaking and the actual work. If this guy decides to abandon Jonathan's whatever groundbreaking he did, see that he did the groundbreaking does not mean
That's the only plus that he got. Let me tell you about Buhari. You may not know. Maybe you are too young to
we need
know.
to give credit to
No,
this guy too.
I'll give credit to him for somebody else's job.
Oh, job.
What are you
Government is
talking
a
about now?
Fun.
continuum now. We all
Look,
believe government is a
there is no
continuum.
way. There is no way he could abandon it.
Yeah, he could have abandoned it to Ajanle Koko. Remember what he did to Jack
Oh
Conde's
yes.
light
So
railway
Jack on the
service?
metro line. Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes,
So
yes.
So he has that
So
antecedent.
we
His
can give
hatred for
credit to him that at
yeah,
least he continued on the project and
yeah.
he completed it. So we
That
can
he
give
did
credit
not
to him.
act in his usual manner.
Yes.
But he did not get the money, he did not do the plans, he did
Yeah.
not hire the contractors. All of it done by good luck Jonathan. The only thing that he did was not to stop it.
Okay,
Yes.
can I tell you this, sir? The second Niger bridge was declared a hoax by the Ohanese Indigo.
And look at that.
Listen
Oh,
listen
come
to
on, don't go
They were
there,
there at the
man.
groundbreaking. They were
When they
there.
were there, all the
They were there
governors
at
from
the
the east
groundbreaking. So
were there.
Okay,
look at this
let
guy.
me
You
say,
must be joking.
no.
You go back to headquarters and tell them to give you better material. What are you talking about?
This one man went to moon. Now top people they here.
The people are too knowledgeable. They have to come up with better lies. We
let me
have
tell
data
you
now.
I
We
mean,
have facts.
if Buhari
Look
is
at this
if
guy.
Buhari is
We are well informed people here.
Look at this guy.
if Buhari is using this bridge to brainwash people, it's not people like us here.
Please, no music,
Yeah, it's not people
because
like us here.
YouTube will come
It's not
after
people
me.
like us here.
Yeah.
And I want to know how much this bridge is even worth. How much was the amount so that we'll know exactly
You know the
how
original amount that
The
they
original
budgeted for it.
117 billion was what Good Luck Jonathan factored, but when they finish it, they'll tell you
It's 720 million.
billion.
720 billion
dollars?
naira. Yeah. Thank you. It's 720
So
billion naira.
how did it go up from the
What is the
117
owó lọ?
nǹkan tán ti sanwó ẹ̀ tán
It was somewhere already. They added more money and then padded more.
God,
no. One man, please.
Oh my God.
We are informing the public.
Don't let us
use our emotion to run down this government.
No. Something that they've completed the money, 117 billion naira, and they're coming in with a bill of 700 billion naira.
Yes.
Okay, listen to this one. Shagari proposed this in 78 to 79. Mm-hmm. In 1987, Babangida challenged the Nigerian Society of Engineers to come on board with a master plan. So it was actually Nigerians that drew this master plan. In 2007, Obasanjo flagged off this project in Asaba. 2012, August, Federal Executive Council under Jonathan approved 325 million naira. Okay, fast forward to 2014. Between 2007 and 2012, that was between Obasanjo and Yaradua and Jonathan, nothing was done. So that tells you PDP was playing politics with this. In 2014, the federal government...
So the Madam Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, she told us that the money had been perfected. You know better than Madam Ngozi, do you?
What I'm I'm not. Don't let us bring this conversation down to me knowing what more than the finance minister or not.
Is telling us something, and you are debunking what Madam Ngozi told us.
What do you expect her to tell you under the government she was working for? Do you know if she was lying?
She was at the groundbreaking. The governors of all of the states surrounding it were there. All the OBs and AZs, they were there. Ohanese that you were referencing, they were there. He was saying that Azikwe built the first one, and Ebele, Azikwe, Jonathan, I'm building the second one.
What I'm saying now,
everybody was there, and he break ground to say, oh yeah, Ebereshe. What are
Okay.
you saying?
Okay.
we are come on, man. Now,
No. I just want the public. I want the public to know whatever Jonathan put on ground was just 20% of the total amount. It's being sponsored chiefly 60% by a private body. That's why it's a public-private partnership, PPP.
Yes, that was what they put together. Yes, they told us we read it out yesterday. Now maybe you said you watched yesterday, and we read it out now. Maybe you've not got to that part, but we did read it out. But look at this guy. This is it. So this is going to be the battle up to 2023.
Well,
They are ready for us, but we are ready
No,
for
we need
them
to counter. We need to be
no.
able to counter what is going out too as well. We should not paint this government bad. They have actually tried infrastructure-wise. Security is zero. Corruption is zero. I agree 100%. But that infrastructure, no, I'm going to debate with it also.
No, they've not built any infrastructure. Is the question? Is the thing with the 2,000% increment in public borrowing? Not a single infrastructure. But yeah.
So the only thing that I just want Sam to maybe to reassess his position is that you concluded that this government is a failure and you want to continue to push
Buhari is not coming back. Somebody else is going to come back. I'm telling you, somebody else can do this job better than him.
Sam, let him finish. He's making a fantastic point. Please.
It's a party. It's a party that will, and that person that is volatile. This party.
Oh, sorry. Have we lost voices? I can't hear.
Oh,
Ajale, go back to you.
I have seized his voice, please.
All right. So this is it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can now.
I've released him now.
So is the APC that governed the government, and Bola Tinubu is part of APC. And every step of his way, he has declared his support for everything that this government is doing.
Why are you bringing Bola Tinubu in now?
No. That is the person you are rooting for, and that is the person you are telling us.
We are talking about the federal government. Bola Tinubu is not the federal government.
Hold on. Bola Tinubu, you are rooting for, support this administration to the core. Every time, every step of the way, everything they are doing is in support of it. So for you to say, okay, somebody else is coming, it is Buhari we have to blame. Only Buhari. We blame the generality of the party. All of them were in support of everything Buhari was doing. So they are part of the team and they destroy Nigeria together. And we got to hold all of them responsible for the destruction of that country. So, but let's move away from there.
I'll
let's
respond
go
this
back
way
to
in just 1 minute. I'll hand over back to you, please. In just 1 minute.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
This government has built roads, and I'll give us examples. Local Oweto Bridge, the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, they are completing that. Shagamu-Benin Expressway, Enugu Port Harcourt, people from that area should be noting and be checking out and fact-checking this. Onitsha Bridge, Onitsha Enugu Expressway, Kano Maiduguri Expressway, Abuja Kaduna Zaria Kano Expressway, Obajana Kaba Road, Ilorin Jaba. I actually know that. Let me finish now.
Hold on, don't worry. Don't take us through some long list.
If you can't travel on them.
Let me play this clip for the benefit of Sam. So Sam, this is for you.
A hope for the construction of a second Niger bridge has brightened as the federal government is set to perform the groundbreaking for the project on March the 10th. This promise was made by President Goodluck Jonathan while receiving a delegation of Anambra State indigents who paid him a courtesy visit. Led by the outgoing Governor Peter Obi, whose tenure expires on the 17th of this month, the delegation thanked the President for his support for Governor Obi and urged him to extend the same support to the incoming Governor, Mr. Willie Obiano.
So we are the people who owe you the appreciation. A number of politicians feel that the best thing to do is to be abusing Mr. President, or abusing the federal government, and so on. That is, you are elected to develop your state. I think the best thing is to have a good relationship with the center. So we are the people who owe you the appreciation. Peter Obi worked very hard as a governor, very friendly to the government. He is a member of our economic management team. as an honorary advisor to the president on finance and commercial areas. And he worked very hard, attended all the meetings, made very meaningful contributions. And in fact, I remember that even the day we announced that he may be leaving, in fact, the suggestion is that, look, we should still keep him, even if he's no longer the governor of Anambra State. We have agreed to come on Monday, though Monday is the day, Monday 10th, that's Monday 10th of this month, a few days to quickly do the groundbreaking, at least about 11 a.m. Monday morning, before we rush back to Abuja to inaugurate the national conference delegates. And I believe that after that inauguration, work will continue, if work is not already taking place there. The Minister of Works have briefed me that already they have done a lot of mobilization. So we are coming to do a real groundbreaking ceremony.
So there you have it, Sam. Second Niger Bridge is a good luck Jonathan project.
One question for you. What's the meaning of groundbreaking? What exactly did they do at that groundbreaking?
Well, to kickstart off the job.
So who built on it? Who built on what has been started?
Hold on. I don't think you are getting the point, Sam.
Okay, let's go on.
No, hold on. So let me just clear it up. He said, you heard him, and I can play it again. It's only that he will labor the space. He said,
we don't need to play it again.
Yeah, he said work has already commenced, but the ceremonial bit of groundbreaking. So for that groundbreaking to take place, a lot of work has to be done in the background. The architectural, hold on, you asked the question. The plannings and the drawings have to have been perfected and agreed and signed off. The monies has to be agreed, and in situation. The contractors to carry out the project, Julius Berger, had to be commissioned. So, and then the staff to actually do the job have to be mobilized. So all of these things have to be done before the groundbreaking takes place. And that is the construction. So Buhari did nothing. Not a single thing. Not one thing.
My final fact for you here concerning this bridge. Okay. Before Buhari came in, only 22% of work done was handed over to this government, and they have reached 86% now. So yes. It's not how they started, it's how long, how far.
It's a 4-year build now. It's a 4-year build. So how much do you expect them to complete it in 4 weeks?
No, I'm just letting you know. Build. When you say it's Jonathan's baby, someone has done over 60%
project. It's Jonathan's project.
Okay.
So let's move on. Let's move on. So we won't have it though. So you have to come harder. We will give you the chance to.
That's why I'm here.
You have the chance. You have the chance to present your own case. So, but we won't have it though. But Ajale Koko, yes, back to you.
No, what you are trying to do is you are trying to skew everybody's thoughts towards your to align to yourself. But someone was not.
Sam, you were right.
How am I doing that? Did you not present your argument?
One man. Presented your argument, it was flawed. He has shown you facts that are proven otherwise.
Look at this. This is the narrative.
Okay,
this is the narrative.
One man.
Yes.
Please. Sam is representing a constituency. I mean, particularly APC.
I'm not representing anybody. I'm just saying, see, if anything is not right, let's point it out.
Samo, one man, please. I want you to satisfy Sam this morning by bringing out that information you read to us yesterday. If you can make effort while we are, the program is ongoing. If you can dig it out, what you read to us yesterday, and read it to him and let us hear his opinion, what he's going to say. Because that article brought out all the facts about this project.
It's a 2-hour session this afternoon. Let's do it this evening.
Maybe we'll do it later because like I said, it's a long and we're already an hour in.
Okay. So
But
Okay,
he will
let's
only
go back.
argue back now. So, and he will then tell me that I'm trying to stifle his voice and trying to align.
Yeah.
I think this
So,
is.
I don't want him to go back home with that kind of feeling that, oh, you are trying to tame him. You didn't want him to.
I think this is the trick, because we are hearing this more and more now. This is the trick that
No, what I'm saying
they're
is,
saying you are trying to skew their
no,
voice. Or, yeah.
no, one man, you are allowing me to speak. I appreciate that. What I'm saying is, the way you respond back is making every other person's thoughts to be aligned to yours, and I mean attacking the person.
But you make them aligned to yours now. When I'm speaking facts, you make them aligned to yours
you're
now.
facts.
Do you know?
And he brought you a video.
I brought you video. I brought you article. I gave you sequence. What more do you want now?
I brought figures too. I brought figures forward too, but then you seem not to be agreeing with it, so that's fine.
Yeah, but if I don't agree with it, I don't. Okay, I agree with your figures if that's what you want to hear. Oh yeah,
I agree with you. Let's move on.
All right, I just let go back to you. At least we all agree on insecurity, Abby.
Okay. APC is a party that is failing. Self-destruction is happening in that party, and if you go through the list of all the officers that they recently imposed, because I see that as imposition, this nonsense consensus they're talking about, all these national officers they impose on their party, majority of them, 70% of them are former PDP men. 70%. The chairman of the party was a PCP man. The secretary of the party was a PDP man, and so many other positions. So you see a situation where a lot of people that have worked hard to build that party, people that have committed time, money, resources, and everything, that wanted to contest for the position that they labor for, position that is so dear to their heart, they were forced to step down for somebody that have not contributed as much as they did for the growth of the party. And that is what they thought they are solving problem. According to their own position, they said they don't want too much rancor among themselves. So that is why they opted for this consensus, which I regard as imposition. This imposition has further divided them more than ever before, because these people that were forced to step down went back home with bitterness in their heart. Bitterness in their heart is that what is the purpose of being a member of the party and you cannot contest for position that you like to contest for, only for president and the governor to impose their will on the interests of the people. So the interest of membership of the people in APC does not matter, but only the interest of Mr. President.
It's a dictatorship now. It's a fiefdom. It's an emperorship. It's a sultanate. You know.
So this is what they are practicing in that party, and what they are doing. They are not helping democracy to grow. They are killing democratic value by that imposition. And what happened in most cases when this happened in a particular party? What happened in the end result is that it's break up. And that is what we see happening in most of the states. You see some people are saying they are going to leave the party. They are waiting for the direction of their leadership. Some already moving. That is what usually happens. I've had the experience of it. It has happened in Lagos State where I practice politics. And this is what happened to political party where people are not given level playing field to contest for any position of the like. So the implication of this is that people, they are sending a very bad signal to anybody that want to come into APC that, look, if you come here, no matter how you want to pursue your political ambition, your contribution does not really matter. At the end of the day, your contribution does not really matter. It's the will of the president or the governor that matters in our party. And then the existing member now will look at it that if this is the way they are going to continue, it looks like I cannot come. So whoever that is in opposition, in ideology, or in positioning against the interest of the president or the governor, that means that person has to be crushed. It is not the way to run democracy. And this principle is the same principle they carry into government, into government, and that is why you see the administration of Buhari does not believe in dialogue, does not believe in negotiation, and does not believe in harmonizing and bringing people together. This is it. There's no that the party that you see that is conducted this way can never govern the country right.
Do you remember during the 2014-15 campaign that Goodluck Jonathan was warning us that if we allow this guy, the country is going to enter a Janjaweed period? Would you concede that these words are coming true, that the country is going through a Janjaweed period?
Yes, we are in Janjaweed period already. The nation is moving towards breakup. Nothing is stable in the country. Politically, it's not stable. Economically, it's not stable. Security-wise, is getting weaker every day. And look, it's just a disaster. So this is what this APC are brought to that country, and we must not show mercy to this party. We have to break this party. Look, let me tell you, Sam. You cannot say because you cannot love the interest of the party than the interest of the entire nation. This party is not practicing democracy, they are practicing autocracy, and we must not allow autocracy to reign. Imagine,
I beg, sir, I just want to hail you, sir. Ajane Kuku.
Yes.
Please speak on, preach on, my brother. You are preaching facts. Right now, you are the conscience of the country. Please preach. Thank you.
Go on, Ajane Kuku, yeah.
Preach on.
My brother Sam.
I mean, it's very clear that Sam is pro-APC. There's nothing he says that is very clear.
And Sam does not live in Nigeria.
No, he is pro-APC, which he says proudly, and that's fair enough.
He does not live in Nigeria.
No, he can be pro-APC though. That is his right to be. But let me quickly put this super chat.
Yeah, sorry, that is his right, but he should not try to maybe think we don't know anything by telling us.
No, he has a right. Hold on.
But he should stand by it now.
Can you hold on? Sam has a right to present an argument because that is what he believes. But we also have an equal right to interrogate his position, and I think he accepts that.
Exactly.
But let me
but
put
my point is that
hold on now. You never hold on. Just hold on.
Okay, can I ask Sam one question?
When I say somebody should hold on, oh God. When I say hold on, then just please hold on now. I just want to quickly.
Undubisi, hold on.
Undubisi, need to hold now. Undubisi. You have been renamed by Sam. He has come here to rename people and to paint black office. Look at this man. Sam, Alexander super chats a question to you. So you are not obliged to answer, but this is his question to you. It says, quick question: is Sam related to Tinubu? So he's asking if you are related to Tinubu. That's Alexander Gomez's super chat to you, but you are not obliged to answer, but you can if you want to. Okay, so he shakes his head to say no.
No. Okay.
Okay. So there it is right there. Let me move you quickly on Ajanle Koko for reasons of pressure of time and the story, of course, dominating the headline in Nigeria. A terrorist attack in Kaduna airport, not the first time, but now the response now, the airlines now are looking to protect their own interest. Air Peace pulls out, Azman airline pulls out because they were even on the wrong way to take off when these people suddenly took over the runway. And they were in fear for their plane, but more importantly for their passengers. And they are now of concern that is it even worth the effort to go into that space? So this is the fallout now of all of these things. Businesses will lose space. That airline now, the traffic will be pointed somewhere else. They'll take them to Abuja and tell them to get on a train. And very soon, the place will start to decay. So what are you then making of the aviation industry's response to insecurity in Kaduna Airport?
Look, one month, this state of insecurity we have in this country today, we have to blame APC government for it. No other, there's nothing else we can blame for this problem but APC government, headed by Buhari and with his colleagues in ABC. This is not what they promised us in 2014. They promised us that in 6 months, Boko Haram will be something of the past. But what have we got so far? Boko Haram position as threatening. ISWAP has emerged under them. What do you call it? This banditry has emerged under them. Banditry has ravaged the whole of Northwest. Thousands of people have been killed. These terrorists and bandits are more richer than the country. People that run genuine business in that country cannot operate freely again, but only the terrorists. Terrorists have their free way everywhere. So what you're seeing happening in Kaduna is telling us, is signaling to us that the nation has failed. If Kaduna is not safe, Kaduna, that is the heart of the security of the country, I mean the military formation of the country. If Kaduna is not safe, Nigeria is not safe. If the airport is not secured, nowhere is secured in Kaduna. Because look at it this way. The rail line was bombed yesterday. That will tell you that the most safest, route between Kaduna and the federal capital is nowhere to go anymore. And the other place that you can say, okay, by flight you can take to go to any part of the country is not safe as well. The road are not safe. So that means that we are in trouble. And what is the effect of this insecurity on the economy of the country? Airlines are saying they are not good there anymore. You know what that's going to do? People are going to lose jobs. Businesses are going to suffer. And this is what they have brought to that country. Businesses are going to suffer. Those people that are running the airline will be running at loss because those airlines are operated at the value of dollar, not in naira. The gas they put that what do they call their that aeroplane? What do they call it? That
jet fuel.
Jet fuel. They're buying it in dollar. Every cost in the operation of airline is valued in dollar. The insurance on the airplane is valued in dollar. So imagine what these people, private businesses, imagine what they are losing now. Those owners of that airline, those people, if care is not taken, they'll be bankrupt and their business status will be destroyed by useless country, useless administration. And some want to tell us that we should stick by this APC that have brought this country down. You cannot love a political party than the interest of a political party should not be greater than the interest of the entirety of the country. The nation is bigger than that political party. This is what they have brought. That is why you see Oyema was crying at the Senate floor, begging that please let us import our own fuel so that we can operate this thing, because the nation has failed them. The nation cannot pay for, they cannot pay their bills in forex. They own everywhere. They cannot pay in forex. That is why Oyema is begging, let us do this thing by ourselves, because they don't have enough forex to pay their foreign expenses. They cannot pay. They are owing everywhere. So suppliers are not supplying them because they cannot pay. That is why they cannot bring gas and the rest to the country, because they are owing. So
if I can interject, you know,
yes,
it's just. By the way, I agree 150% with everything you have said, and I just think that, you know, these people are bleeding. They are murdering the nation, murdering it right in our eyes. Nigeria is dying in front of our eyes. Look at this. Look at this attack. Nigeria is dying. Not a word from the president. No national address on security. No emergency status for the changing of the situation of security.
It just hides away in Aso Rock, doesn't it? It will just hide away and continue to chew on his toothpick, you know.
We are watching our nation die every single day. There is no other word to describe it. And I don't want to even talk about the APC thing, because to me that I don't want to make it seem like I'm attacking anyone, so I won't even address it. But we have passed the point of loyalties, political loyalties. We have passed that point.
We are existential threat is what we're under.
Yes.
Existential threat.
We are fighting for our existence. 100% correct.
Aizen, when people were reacting, even if they reacted in ways that were not conventional, a lot of people criticized them. Those people were hot. So now it is coming to the doorsteps of everybody. It is not today we knew that this government is dividing us. It's not today, but because some people were not affected before. Look at the likes of Onyema. Today he's been affected. Yesterday he wasn't that affected. He was getting contracts. He was not talking. Now it is affecting him because even the roads, he's not going to be able to land his plane without security. Security that did not guarantee the poor man is now affecting the middle class and the rich man. I rest my case.
My brother, look, there's something people have to realize in the society. And that's why I always look at people that say, oh, you know, societies should not have education covered or healthcare covered. Because here's the thing. If you don't have education covered or healthcare covered, that young child that you've neglected to educate today will become a criminal tomorrow that will kill your children. Make no mistake about it. We sink or swim together.
But Aizon, I think one thing you fail to understand is that these people don't care. You say that, oh, they are affected. They have enough money for security. What you don't understand is that as a politician, they've lived their life, or most of their political life, in fear of security. So they are so used to it. And there are some people that pride in having people like police around them all the time.
The chickens are coming home to roost.
And the other thing, Solly, is that a lot of these people, they don't actually live in Nigeria. We were hearing from Sanusi Lamido Sanusi's daughter, describing her life in Saudi Arabia. We know that Malam Buhari's children, they live in the United Kingdom. Most of them live in America. We saw when Obiono, when he finished his tenure, he wanted to go back home. And where is home? Dallas. Maybe it's Ajande Koko's neighbor. Who knows? So why would they care? They're just there to grab money and then go and live their lives abroad.
One man. There's something we are not realizing. There are some people who did something, but we fail to realize those who shut them down. What is the name of the man who proposed the bill for the senators and the politicians' children to go to school in Nigeria. And who are those who stop that? That's where we should start from. If you want to pin your anger to the right people, you start it from there.
Yes, I agree. One man, if I can propose a suggestion, we need to find a way, Ajanle Koko, where Nigerians in each particular country can mobilize themselves, and we need to find the travel itinerary for each one of these people.
No, that's crossing the line.
No,
now.
seriously, no, one man,
we are not IPOB that you're going to be beating Nikeremadu in New Yam Festival.
No, we need to embarrass them. I'm not talking about anything else. Whenever they come to any of these countries, we await them. As they land, we embarrass them. We videotape it, we post it.
But Aizon, they don't have shame though. You are just going to.
Yes, I don't care whether they have shame or not. It is.
Go back to their 5-star hotel.
You just be arrested. You just call the police and they will arrest you.
No, the police will arrest you. Didn't you see when they did it?
It's not a unique thing. They do it. Or every other country does that, even the developed world.
Yes.
I'm telling you, it's not going to change Nigerian
protest. It is something. It is better than folding your arms. It is better than folding your arms. You're folding your arms now. What are you doing now?
Okay, must you always protest? Must you always go through Gragra method?
Okay, so what should you do?
Voting somebody that must you vote in APC or PDP?
It's called public awareness. You create that public awareness and even you embarrass them publicly.
It's not going to change jack shit.
No, my brother, it will change that rate. If you start embarrassing these people, wait now. If you start embarrassing these people publicly,
no, I'm not going to advocate confronting anybody because that's lines being crossed.
One man, it's more like
shame. You are wasting.
Sorry, wait now. You're wasting. Okay, what do you want us to do? Everything they are bringing here is a waste to you.
Other parties, must you vote in PDP and APC? They tie your hands there. Must you vote them there?
You are still talking about voting the same politicians.
I give you the floor. What would you do? I give you the floor.
You're still talking about voting the same politicians.
Everything you must do. Will never.
One man, we can't vote. One man, we can't vote. They've made sure of that. We cannot vote. So sorry, what would you do living abroad?
Then encourage the people who can to vote them out.
You see what I'm saying?
Stopping you from voting, though.
That is.
You're saying you don't have that diaspora vote.
Live abroad, sorry, you can't vote.
Okay, but you go back to Nigeria and cast your votes.
Oh, so you go and cast your votes in a corrupt system where APC has ensured that the head of INEC.
So discourage people from doing that, right? That's better.
No, you have to.
No, that's better. That's what you're saying. Discourage others then. Since that's
so you're saying we shouldn't embarrass them when they travel abroad after stealing money.
Wasting everybody's time by doing bad.
Wait. Are you saying? Let me.
How can we spend money to take place?
You can lose the moral high ground if you start to confront them physically.
No. One man. I'm not talking about.
You don't confront them physically. You protest. You hold placards.
That's a physical confrontation.
Let me protests are allowed. One man, as long as you're not physically assaulting anyone.
Oh yeah. So this is George Blueshell who was saying all those boys that went to grab Ekeremadu's hat in Germany. They've been deported. So yeah. So but he's now vying for governorship. But let me go on from Ajanle Koko for reasons of time and come to you, Soli, and take you to the APC space, Yoruba style. The Tinubu celebrating his birthday, Osinbajo eulogizing about him. Osinbajo praises Tinubu for enriching Nigeria's democracy. So what are you making to that tonality? Is it just acknowledging their long-standing relationship, or is he now ceding to Tinubu that you go first? So are we reading anything more than just birthday felicitations into Osinbajo's commentaries?
I don't read it as nothing. It's just Yoruba, happy birthday, all those kind of things. They are just saying happy birthday. I don't believe it means anything. But the fact that they are still making contact, I believe that, okay, there's nothing going on. There are no disagreements.
No eternal yet.
Yes, not yet. At least they've not made any disagreements with each other yet, So everything is still fine. Everything is still cool. Everybody remembers their place, But behind the scenes, Osinbajo may be having plans. Behind the scenes, Tinubu may be suspecting Osinbajo, but this is just public, formal, party going on.
All right. Solly, often we read these headlines and we have this. And by the way, let me just encourage people to thumbs up. because I keep saying that this thumbs up, it has effect. So we have Sam O joining us now, and Sam O was only able to discover the platform as a result of other people thumbing it up and then YouTube bringing it to his attention. So Sam O now, he comes to counter what the popular view is now. So we need more people like Sam O to come and also push us in our views, and we can push them in their views. So you saw what the engagement was with Sam O, who stuck to his own guns, but people pushed him hard. So this is the sort of conversations we want to have, and it's only that thumbs up that really encourages that. So thumbs up, if you have not already, just a flick of a button. But Solly, often we read these headlines and we forget sometimes that there are actually human beings behind these headlines. So 70 killed in Zamfara, 80 killed in Oshobo, 30 dies in Enugu. So these are just random numbers, but behind those numbers are actual human beings. So the incident at the Abuja Kaduna train thing, young female doctor killed in terrorist bombing of Abuja Kaduna train, planned to leave Nigeria on Friday. These are our friends. So her name is Megafu Chinelo. She was one of the doctors, coincidentally, in the hospital that the people that got shot on that train were taken to. So she went through the educational system, emerged as a doctor, decided to serve her country, and she took up a residence in a hospital in Kaduna. But the grueling pace of Nigeria was too much, and she decided to activate Plan B. So Plan B was actually meant to come into effect on Friday, this Friday coming, and she resigned her job at that hospital. She was doing the rounds to say her goodbyes, making her way back to Kaduna, and then she had the encounter. So the human element of this story, a young, pretty female doctor, now no more with us, thanks to Buhari's clansmen. What are you making of that then, Solly? Just the human face of these things that we talk about.
The people who suffer, we like to say the North are smart. They are the best in politics. They are this, but who suffer past for this Buhari tenure in terms of casualty? It's the North. They are the ones suffering the most in the Nigeria in terms of human casualty. And we like to say that, oh, they are the best at politics. They are smart. They are holding Nigeria hostage.
The woman that died is an Igbo woman. Oh.
But
Yes.
wait, now where is it happening? Did it happen in the East?
For the first time, I'm agreeing with you, Solo.
So it's very shocking that I see a lot of Nigerians leave Nigeria and come back to Nigeria, and they don't have this environmental change. When in Rome, you behave like the Romans, especially in the Abuja, they like to poison people there. They've forgotten about all these kind of things. They will now come back to Nigeria and be acting like they are still abroad. Maybe it's because they don't travel a lot, but when you travel a lot, you behave yourself in different certain places. You know where you are all the time. You behave like. So this thing is not surprising me. Nobody is going to stop them. I believe the police are even afraid of them. I believe the army too.
I think so too. We've seen them hiding now when terrorists are operating.
But when it's time to oppress the youth, they have energy. Maybe all that energy they've been saving from actually fighting bad guys, is now finally fully coming out. But this kind of thing is not surprising. At the end of the day, these same people that suffer and see all these things, I'm not even seeing it. I've not been to Nigeria in years. I'm not seeing it, but it's paining me. And maybe
when you hear the name and then you see the face, and then suddenly it's not just terrorist bombing the train anymore. It's this young girl with a bright future ahead of her, cut short in her prime. She's not even at her prime, right? She's just coming out of the first phase of life to enter into the purple patch period of life, early 20s to mid 30s. That's the purple patch of life. So she has prepared herself to have a golden life, and some Mukhtar something from Mali comes to Nigeria to blow her up and shoot her up.
Yes, but one man, why are we all surprised? Why is this thing shocking us? It shouldn't be
No, it's
shocking
not
us.
surprised, but it's painful. I don't know how,
Yes,
but I'm
but
pained.
at this point, it's very hard for me to even. It's just like early morning news. You expect it almost every day in
It's just
Nigeria.
another Tuesday. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
No,
it's
but
just,
the painful part, woman, is it's avoidable.
Okay,
It's almost like a child dying of malaria.
Why don't they have security personnel on those trains? They know full well what happens
It's
there.
avoidable. It
Yes,
did
but
not have to
corruption.
happen.
But it was. I
It's
thought it was a
corruption.
bomb, not gunshots. I thought it
Even
was a
if
bomb.
so, here's the thing, right?
No, she tweeted that I was shot. Please pray for me. That was
Oh,
the last
okay.
thing she
exactly.
tweeted.
Did
Oh,
you hear?
okay.
Did you hear about how the guys supposedly attacked the airport? That it wasn't even on their plan. They were passing by and they noticed that it was vulnerable, so they decided to just attack. The roads from Kaduna to Abuja, it has been abandoned because it's too dangerous. So the people have started using the train. Can you imagine the Nigerian government seeding
That's their
international?
solution.
Maybe they should go to the airport and try their chances, Abby.
But
Look
they've
at
gone to the airport.
that.
They've gone to
Oh
the airport
God.
too. No escape.
Oh my
Can I even
goodness
say?
me.
Can I even say
Eh?
something that is very very pertinent to me is the fact that this is Buhari's government. This is the North's chance to fix this problem. If he goes, there's no other excuse that we have to fix this problem. He's a northern person, for goodness sake, the cream de la cream of the north, and he cannot fix this Boko Haram issue. And now he's leaving office. It is
Okay.
a double loss for the north.
Okay, let me finish my point now. My point was this kind of
Sorry,
people. Yes.
sorry, my brother. Let me ask this question. Do you think that if the North, the general public or the masses, the citizens of the North, if they are talking the way we are talking, do you think that people will be trying to separate from Nigeria, and whether it's Yoruba nation or Biafra or
We
whatever?
don't know they are not, because I don't know their conversational spaces to know
It's
what
because
conversation.
of we feel like they are all on queuing behind their politicians and their religious leaders and all
I've
those
been to their
people.
spaces before.
One man, there's not the same level of condemnation. In CBD has
Yeah,
a
but
point.
do you
The
know their
level of
conversational spaces? Do you know where they gather to
yes, but
converse?
you don't
Yes,
listen.
one man I do.
Voices rise to the top.
But their
There's
voice is
a
not
level
being
of
heard. They are
yes.
Yeah, do
afraid.
you go to their platforms? Do you know where their platforms are?
In CBD, I go to their platforms. They condemn these things, but the thing, and this is the reason why I left their platform. They never do anything about it. They have
Please,
this
do they
belief
speak
that
English in those platforms?
yes, they
They're
do speak
educated
English.
people.
Please
Don't worry
give me
about
this.
that.
these platforms. Let me
Oh,
see.
Solly
No, I don't
saying
follow
we won't do
them
anything.
again.
I'm suggesting confronting the people accountable for these things, and you're saying
because
no, you go and vote.
they
But yet
don't
now you're
protest.
criticizing them for not doing anything. How is that not contradictory?
Who is
You
that?
see yourself?
It's,
The point I was making about confronting the
Izon,
people
yeah.
that are responsible. Oh no, let's
No,
not
but who is he
confront
talking
them. Let's
about?
go and vote. You want to take the docile approach to solving a problem. Meanwhile, people are being killed in
But
plain sight.
It's not the docile approach. Of what Solly is saying is that it doesn't impact in the way that.
One man, let me ask you this:
Yeah.
If you know,
wait,
wait. Let me ask one man this question: If you know the person that's in charge of a certain level of security in Nigerian government is coming to London and giving a speech at Oxford, and meanwhile he has failed in his responsibility.
Okay, so what do you
in
want to
Nigeria,
do? You want to
do you not think you have a responsibility? Wait.
Hold on.
Do you not think you have a responsibility to hold him to account? But
not to barrack him though. Not to barrack him, but to interrogate him, but not to barrack him.
I think you're thinking of this in the terms of a radical approach. I'm talking about
we are not talking about radical. We are not talking about we are not talking about physical confrontation.
You know what they're like over there now. You know what they're like now.
We are not talking about physical confrontation. We are talking about protest. This is what they do even when Iran.
Go and protest. Go and see if it will change anything.
So what are you? Why are you arguing? Why are you trying to short it? Why do you?
Go and do what you want to do and let's see if change.
If you don't agree with it, that's fine. But why are you opposed to any action? I mean,
why are you opposed to any action?
It's saying it's not totally ineffectual, but it wouldn't have any significant impact.
You would create the awareness.
No. You probably do it once or twice, and then they'll find a way to stop it.
Mandela did not
How did we create the awareness for NSAS?
But
how did we
Mandela,
create the awareness for NSAS all over the world that people were in solidarity with Nigerian youths? How did they create that awareness?
Exactly.
You have to create the awareness. You don't attack them. You can wear T-shirts. You can carry placards. You don't need to. You just create that awareness. You embarrass. That's the embarrassment we are talking about.
Well, you don't need them to be there. You don't need them to be there. You can go and picket the embassy.
Waste time.
And draw attention to your conduct.
I don't know. Getting the embassy and making sure one of them actually gets to see you is a totally different thing. One man.
Okay, then go and do it and let's see if change.
Yes, yes. But the point I'm making about you is you're criticizing the North now, saying they're not doing anything. Yet you're also not trying to.
You're just like those Northerners, Soli. You're like them because you're not taking action. You're only wishing and talking and shouting.
Are you going to let me finish? This thing that you called, that you said I'm saying is docile. This is all the Northerners protest for in their Instagram pages. They want to vote people out of power. All these kind of things I'm saying that you say is docile. That is what they say. They don't believe in violence in the East. Everything just immediately something happens. You just want to grab everything.
So that is why we don't know that they are.
You're contradicting yourself.
I'm telling you.
He's contradicting himself.
Hold on, one at a time. Yeah, go on.
We have not seen them. Come out. So
yeah, but you don't know their spaces. You don't know their spaces.
That's what I'm saying, because they have not come out to protest. If they come out to protest,
they are not like you. They don't protest. Now you guys at this point, if you don't understand, let's move on.
Calm down, my friend.
Hold on, everybody. When I say everybody, that includes you, Solly. What Solly is saying is that he goes to their conversational spaces, and rather than that direct physical action of protest, because they are equally angry, is what Solly is telling us from what he is getting from their spaces. But rather than aluta continua, we no go agree. They are orchestrating to find a way to wrestle the country out of their hands politically. So they are looking to vote them out rather than charge the streets.
Yes, I understand that. But what I'm saying is the country, they are not in isolation. If they come out and these people who have been protesting in the South come out, they will know each other. But we have
they are not
known
going
them
to protest. What don't you understand?
Wait, let me finish. You keep your points to yourself. Keep your points to yourself.
Okay, we don't. The early sessions is usually meant to be.
Sorry, you have to calm down, my brother.
It's only the evenings that we fight now. It's only the evenings that we fight.
One man is just like during election. If a candidate doesn't come out to campaign, we don't know him, because Nigeria is still on that stage. They are not fully on the internet level. Not everybody's on the internet, or not everybody is in everybody's space. But if you come out to campaign, we will hear that somebody campaigned in Lagos, right from here in Europe. You understand me? That's the point. It's not just a physical altercation. It's also a form of campaign, so that people know where you stand and they know how to identify you, and they know that you did something, so they can come out and join you.
They will not
That's
come
what we're
out.
saying.
All right. So let's get back to Solly to round off his thoughts. So Solly, back to you.
So what I wanted to say.
Solly has not finished.
I've not finished.
Hold on now. How can he finish when you won't let him? Yeah, busy.
So these same people that went through this same bomb attack and everybody that saw it, at the end of the day, they will still vote APC, or they will vote PDP, or they will be chanting to protest, or they will just wasting time, left, right, front, and center, things that will not change anything. If you vote PDP and you think that is the opposition of APC and you have change, you must still be dreaming. You have not yet woken up to the reality of Nigeria. Because if you think any PDP, no matter who, any PDP candidate, even if it is an angel that came from heaven, will arrest a corrupt politician in his own party.
So what is your solution? What should they do?
If you let me finish, I'm getting somewhere. You must be drunk if you vote PDP and expect change. You must be drunk if you think, okay, it's not Buhari, and you boys APC, you are really, really drunk.
There's nobody supporting PDP here. Go straight to the point.
My point is there are other parties. You can vote for AAC. So worry, it does not have any ties or allegiance to anybody. I believe if anybody is in his party that is corrupt, you arrest that person. You know, before I used to go like Samoa and say, okay, at least there is infrastructure in the country, but the people are not going to enjoy that infrastructure. They will die before they enjoy it. Their children will die before they enjoy that infrastructure. So what is the point? You only feel that way because you feel like you can survive in that society if you go back and you see infrastructure. But death does not count anybody, whether you are rich or poor. That's why it's touching everybody, including politicians. You will not be able to enjoy that country, even if they build it up to the level of Dubai. Must you vote APC? Must you vote PDP? Is it not just common sense? Because they bring a new candidate, is it not the same cabals that still control it? Nobody is even forcing anybody to vote for PDP or APC, but you do as if you tie your hand. Most Nigerians, they know about so already, but they pretend. You want to form stronger, you want to form Agidi, now they suffer. Now really they suffer. So, nobody is stopping you. Vote for another party. If you like, go and protest.
You know what I just
So the point is Showore.
Wait. Let me tell you what your protest to do. A man that does not have shame will never care about your protest. He will go back into his 5-star hotel where you'll be eating pineapple and diced watermelon while they are giving him massage. While you're outside protesting, shouting, spitting, wasting your time. The next day, they will give him fresh croissant with jam. You'll be enjoying himself. You go to medical, get the best medical.
At least that's better. That's better than for him to also step on you outside.
Why you've not?
He should not be able to step on you outside, my brother.
On day 4 of your protest, you might just take a stroll, get some nice air, still get massage, eat one fat turkey. That's on your day 4 of protest. On your day 5 of protest, you've not even eaten well. You are still outside protesting. Your mouth is dry. Your skin is getting dry. You are getting headache. You are protesting. This is the person you are protesting for.
What are you even talking about? Was it not the same protest that changed government? Have you heard of the Arab Spring?
Wasting your energy. If you want
have
to
you heard of the
government, they will arrest you and they will
my brother, calm down.
Vote. Everybody in that country has the power to vote for neither APC or PDP. But these people vote for APC and PDP and expect change. You people are drunk. You people are not ready for change in that country.
One man, you're putting this in so that Soli will not stop. If the man will continue to tomorrow now, when you're putting all this motivation here.
When people agree with him now, so
in CBD it's clear, Soli. The thing about his argument is that because I don't agree with it, I think you're wasting your time, which is a silly argument when you think about it. At the end of the day, look, if he thinks voting is the solution, by all means, my friend, travel from where you are, go to Nigeria and vote. However, listen.
So what you're talking about is championing revolution, and you're talking about
he's championing protest. If you think that the voting is the only solution, then by all means go ahead and vote. These people have more money and they bribe a populace that's constantly
people like you.
But what I'm saying is you have your elected officials. You have your elected officials that come to these countries and spend money and walk around and act like they're untouchable. Meanwhile, you have
calm down. Someone can interject you.
You have a right to address them and to address them and to embarrass them and to show them that what they are doing is not accepted by any means necessary. But instead, look, voting. Here's the thing. Voting is part of your responsibility as a citizen, right?
Yes. It's your civic duty according to the
duty. Exactly. You can vote.
Democracy.
No one is disputing voting. By all means, vote. You want to join a political party? That is your prerogative. You can join the political party.
How did the Arab Spring got rid of their government? Was it through voting?
Exactly, but you have to voice as a person. You have to voice. You have the right to voice your displeasure with a public servant. He was employed to serve people.
Aizon, let me even help you. Please, one man, ask everybody here who believes that the votes count in Nigeria. Please.
All right. So let's do that round robin question, and then I'll from there go on to Sam O. So that was a serious question. Let me start off where we've had a change in government from a sitting government to the opposition, and that was through the electoral process. So that question self-answers. But Sam, are you still with us, and did you hear Xero's question?
That was the question, sir.
It was asking if votes, if you believe votes count in Nigeria.
That's why I'm always laughing when we're shouting here. Well, that's left to be seen again, because we've signed the new electoral act, hopefully, but I don't believe vote count. They know their way around it, so that's just a vote do not count in Nigeria.
All right. And Exero, your question.
Of course, it doesn't count.
All right. And is on Exero's question.
Yeah, I don't think votes count because of the too many loopholes.
So how did Goodluck Jonathan? How come Goodluck Jonathan
Did
is
you
not
ask
the
me
president?
now?
But no, I'm coming to you. Everybody gets to answer. Ajale Koko, the question. Okay, I think we.
Yeah, it works because it's been experimented. I mean, it happened in many states, from one governor of one party to the other, and we saw the one of Buhari. So vote count. People just have to, come out en masse to vote against parties that have killed the country, and we will vote count.
All
If
right.
it doesn't count, politicians will not be using money to buy people now. Vote count. Yeah.
Votes count. Exactly. Because politicians, these people, they don't want to work. So why would they go through all the effort of campaigning from state to state, trying to buy votes, trying to bribe people? Why would they give people their money if the vote does not count? Think about it. Sometimes, please. Votes count. I beg.
All right. And you in CBD? Look at that. When we don't want him to talk, he will talk. When we don't want it, look at this guy. Go CBD now.
Vote counts, but not all the time. It counts when it seems like they just they feel, especially when it's the southern people's turn. I think sometimes, not all the time. It counts once in a while because we can see Obasanjo's votes counted. We can say Jonathan. Yeah, I can say that. Just my own point of view. So I think it counts, but not all the time.
Well, one question, please. When Yaradua won the election, what did Yaradua say about Obasanjo helping him through? What did he say? Have you forgotten so soon?
No, he said the elections were rigged. He said it was rigged in. He even apologized to the country.
So what are we not saying?
No. Vote count, but in instances, Obaseki was not meant to be the governor of something state. Goodluck Jonathan, he fought hard and lost. He had the incumbency, but he lost. So we cannot say that, but it doesn't, but certainly in 2019, no vote counted. But let me come to you, Sam. But let me come to you with a video clip to start you off. I want you to watch and respond to this. We had this yesterday, but let me present it to you for your own delectation. So watch this and respond to it, Sam.
You mean Sam has not started?
Yeah.
from frying pan to fire.
Till we meet again. Till we meet again. APC, God be with you till we meet again. Till we meet again. Till we meet again. APC, God be with you till we meet again.
So there you heard it, Sam. Dino Melaye singing the funeral song for the departing of our APC. So off the back of that response to this, mass defection from APC begins in Kwara, Osun, others after controversial national convention. So this party would not even make it to 2023. It's a lot of people's permutation. What says you, Sam?
I think that's a figment of your own imagination and those who think that. And about Dino Mela, is a funny character. The same Dino Mela that was climbing the tree, running from the police to face prosecution. The same Dino Mela that was following Saraki up and down to the Code of Conduct Bureau. Now is following Atiku. How people change. So is not a character that I would like to speak about. Is a despicable person. Is someone I know very well who have Not directly, but don't let me go there. I don't want to assassinate this character.
He's a
But
despicable person. Now that is not when it was with you, he was a champion. Now it's a despicable person.
no, it's always been someone that speaks his mind, which I like. You can't intimidate him. He will tell you how it is. Yeah, but then it's not someone that will reckon with. It's not my kind of a politician. It's so fickle, running from pillar to post. Why did he just defect from Sarakina? I thought he was singing Saraki's praise up and down, following him to the
I
top.
don't think has he defected from Saraki. I don't think he will ever defect from Saraki.
So
Saraki, Atiku, and Dino, they are one and the same. That's a
that's what you
political
that
that's always been a political trilogy.
that's what you think. Saraki,
No, that's what
sorry.
I know. Go on, yeah.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say to you now is go and check it. The day Atiku declared his ambition, Dino Melaye was speaking so passionately about it and even throwing jabs at the others, and Saraki inclusive. So anyway, back
Oh
to
no,
the
hold on. You see what's happened today? In fact, this week. So Tambuwal,
Bala of Bauchi.
Ibala Bauchi, Saraki, they've decided to have a consensus. So they've agreed the position. They have now taken that position. I can bring you the thing and read it out.
No, one man,
They've
let me
taken
tell
that
you,
position to Atiku to now agree with him consensus too. So don't worry.
I'm following.
They are.
Okay, I'm following the polity very very
Mhm.
closely, the same way you are. So I watch China's news every day, and I follow AIT as well, and all of these stations. What I'm saying to you is now, amongst these three people now that went to what's it called, Benue yesterday, who is going to put himself forward? You think they don't have ambition?
No. What they are going to do, because they've taken the concept to Article 2. So whoever is going to come forward, they will fight it amongst each other and then agree. Almost certainly they will align behind Article.
Okay, I'll
But
just
certainly they will not contest against each other is what will emerge by the time they get to their primaries. And then
I'll
they
just
will
go.
rally together because they first North and then the individual. This is what they are saying to us. So first,
Anyway,
yeah.
anyway, my prayer is for them to cede it to the south, so Bola Tinubu can have I mean, so that stars can start to align for him, because the only person I see that can, I mean, put APC to run or to flight is Atiku. That's just it. If you give it to any funny character in the south,
Yes.
like I've always said, the election is done by 3 p.m.
Yes,
So
I agree with you on that. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
about the guys in the APC Kwara State and Osun State. Do you know during the convention on Saturday, Aregbesola was nowhere to be found? Of course, he's a minister, so he's not expected to be there, but Amechi came around. He's distancing himself from his source. Lai Mohammed too is doing the same. Let me tell you the truth. The structures of every state belong to the governor in that state. Abdurrahman is doing very well in Kwara State. Okay, Lai Mohammed is finding himself taking off the pecking order in that state in Kwara. The same for Aregbesola as well. Omishore is going to help the incumbent in Osun State to win the next election. So all of these guys, yes, they've done well for APC in the past. Lai Mohammed, the propaganda machine, lying up and down. Yeah, I agree. Sometimes, I mean, the propagandas are too hefty, but it's done its time in the past. If he doesn't want to belong again, let them. They are free. That's why it's democracy. They are free to join any
Look
party.
at that.
But
They are
if they
sabos
break
now.
away,
They are saboteurs now. Look at that.
no, they are personal non gratas. If
Are you
that's the way they
IPOB?
want.
Are you IPOB now? Look at this guy.
No. What I'm trying to say, if they don't want to belong again, then the sky is so massive that every bird can fly, and they don't come in contact. So if they want to go away, that say APC have I mean, they still have the political values to win election in Nigeria. So the campaigns will start. We'll roll out our machinery again, and then we'll see.
All right, thank you, Sam. So, Sam, then, Earpiece, Asman Air also suspend operations to Kaduna State. No surprises, you know why. So, your champion, he came because he came in as a general to fight insecurity, but it's 10 times worse than it was in 2015. So, Buhari came in under the gun blaze of bandits and terrorists, but he's living now under the bomb blast of bandits and terrorists. So he came and went and did nothing, Sam.
Yeah, it's unfortunate what is happening. I'm not a Buhari champion. Between 2015 and 2019, this first time, when I saw how the whole thing went, I was really, really disappointed because I had very, very high expectations, very high hopes in 2014 when the parties were merging to form APC, and seeing Buhari as a former general and all the lies that were sold to us about the Maitasene in Kano, how they chased them away in the early 80s, chased them back to whether it was Niger or Chad, I can't remember. So, I mean, it really raised our hopes that things will get done because I don't want to compare what happened between Jonathan's administration and this administration because, like you said, behind these numbers are humans, family members, uncles, brothers. People that they're humans. So I'll just leave it at that. I'm not here to play with figures, but what I'm trying to say to you is,
are you suggesting that it was worse under Jonathan? Even you cannot say that. Even
no,
you.
It was. I'll tell you the difference. I'll tell you the difference. No, the difference is there was no banditry under Jonathan. Okay, and there is banditry now, which has actually made the whole scene look so messy. We're dealing with banditry. Nigeria is dealing with terrorism because those guys that went to blow up the tracks, that will use more money that we borrowed even to lay around. What kind of wickedness and callousness is that? Blowing away the tracks. That's terrorism. Banditry, are there. These ones kidnapping up and down. Everywhere is just so. Sometimes when politicians, I'm not a politician, but when politicians sometimes come around to say we'll make this place ungovernable for you, see, you need to take them seriously. What if it was from the opposition? That bandits just came all of a sudden. There was this that I saw the bandits were actually facing the soldiers on the road, and they were not even intimidated at all. They were very fully armed than even the soldiers. They faced them and they walked back into the bushes, into their trenches again. And the soldiers couldn't do anything because they can't face them man to man. All the monies that we are.
Sam, sorry. Let's agree.
Please,
let's for just once.
Oh, go on, D.
Yeah.
I didn't get that. Sorry.
Sam. Okay. Let's agree. Yeah. Let's agree that is the opposition party that is doing all these things. Don't you think the way the president reacts to this news is kind of heartbreaking? Because I said it 2 nights ago that the guy won't come out and say anything. I'm telling you, he won't come out and say anything about
I do not agree
the thing, about the attack.
Yeah,
about the attack on the airport, which I think is crazy because I think in any same country, the president or the prime minister or whoever would have come out to make a speech about such thing in an international airport. Terrorists enter the airport, shot people. We don't know. Some people say people died, some people say people didn't die. But regardless, they went there and shot. Sporadic shooting. They've just blown the track. And the president has not said anything. So let's now assume it's another party. Is it even normal for the president not to say anything at all about it?
Okay, I'll answer that. I think my friend Tinubu wants to say something as well.
Yeah, I was asking. So when you mentioned that if a politician tells you that he will make the country ungovernable, you should take him serious. Who is the politician that said that?
Yeah, I know that's where you're going. Buhari said that many years ago, but then every other person has said that as well. So back to DOG. See, these are the things that happen abroad. The next day, the prime minister or the president of that nation will resign straight away. Kemi Adeosun didn't do as much as this, and she left. So Nigeria, we have been conditioned to. They know us. They know we're going to shout and stop. They know we cannot hold them to account. We can't do anything about them. And that's why you are thinking I'm APC. I am not. What I'm trying to defend here, I don't want PDP back in power. That's my own objective. Number two, I've said it here. The only way we can have our country back is to have patriots in the military that can take over this government.
I'm sorry. What did you just say? Did you just say you're not APC?
Let me learn, please. I want patriots from the military that will take over this government.
You want APC to retain in power.
My brother, we can't allow you to continue after you make a comment.
You want APC to retain
Why
in power.
Are you not the one saying that you're championing Tinubu or something like that?
You're not getting
one man. He just with a straight face said he's not APC. He's like Muhammad telling us that.
I wanted him to follow through to say where he was. You can be APC, sorry, Sam. You can be APC. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, we welcome that because we attack the party all the time, and for the right to reply, we actually want people that are sympathetic to APC to come here. so that they can present a counter argument to the arguments that we make here. So you can be
Okay.
APC if you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can be
Let me
proudly
respond.
APC, but don't
Yeah.
say you are APC. You're not when you are.
But Sam,
Okay,
Sam, I wanted
let me
to
respond.
say something
Let
to
me
you, Sam.
finish now.
Okay, why you
Slowly, you two are telling somebody to let it finish.
I want
No,
to
I
let
was listening to what he was saying, and you are
I wanted to
interjecting.
add something so that Sam
This
can answer
slowly
it.
is anywhere below face on.
Please, Sam,
Okay,
Sam,
go and
please.
vote APC and
Let's
PDP now, as
let's
usual.
not make this. Let us not reinvent the wheel here. First, our politics was not this violent and killy before Buhari
APC.
entered. Everything escalated during the APC time. And then secondly, if this is the handiwork of opposition, believe me, the APC would have used that to shine and use that as an excuse for all the other violence that has been happening. So please, this thing is in-house. That is how they rose to power.
Okay,
That
but
is
Exudo, I
what they
disagree
constitution.
with you.
I'm
There
not
has always
talking to
been
you. Let
violence.
Mr.
There has
Samo
always
talk.
been
Let
violence,
Mr.
even during
Samo talk.
PDP
Mister, I'm
time.
not talking to you. Let Mr. Samo talk.
But you are wrong, though.
Okay, let me respond to it. Like one man said that I'm an APC sympathizer. Yes, I agree with that. But it doesn't mean I'm an APC member. They are mutually exclusive. Let's get that straight. Number two, you said APC should have used their machinery to go against the opposition if truly they were the ones behind all of this terrorism we are seeing. The same year we shout like we are stifling the press, we are stifling the opposition, we are doing this, we are doing that, we are shutting everybody down. We are not letting the press, sell their papers. You're trying to, everybody's right to talk and right to vent their anger. APC is clamping down on everything. That's what you're going to result to. And what I said earlier is the other day, last week, we were trying to prefer solution. I think Ovio was here. And I was thinking, like, how we not in big problem like this? And I said the only solution that I see is for a military, the patriots in the military to come and take over. Yeah, give us a constitution in the next 6 months that every Nigerian, including the Biafra people who we align with, and let us have an election. I know the international community want to wade in. Let's the military tell them, give us a year. We're going to hand over to the civilians. But let's say that's the only way, because you need strong men to take over this. Power from this guy.
Sam, sorry. I don't mean to interject, but did you just say that being an APC sympathizer and an APC member are mutually exclusive?
They are not the same thing.
No, that's not what mutually exclusive means. It means they can both exist simultaneously, and they can.
They cannot.
So you can be yes, you can. You can be a sympathizer and a member of APC at the same time.
They are not the same.
So they're not mutually exclusive.
They are mutually exclusive. They are disjointed.
No. You just said I'm an APC sympathizer, not an APC member. They are mutually exclusive. They are not. You can be a PDP. You can be a PDP sympathizer and a PDP member.
No, Sam is right. To say they are
go and check your
mutually
dictionary and check the meaning of
exclusive,
mutually
that means
exclusive.
they can stand alone. So
I'm telling you, they are disjointed.
Being mutually exclusive means they can't both simultaneously exist at the same time. It's a statistical term.
No. It's exclusive. Exclusive
yes.
is the operating word.
It means
exclusively. That means they can stand alone as a thing without aligning, without necessarily relying on each other for their validity.
It means they can't happen simultaneously. And
That's not what it means.
I'm just saying, look, it's a statistical term. Go and look it up. It's almost like I don't want to get he's not right. I don't want to get too technical. Wait. I don't want to get too technical. To say you're a sympathizer, and because you're a sympathizer, you cannot be a member, is incorrect.
No. That's not what it's saying. It's saying that the fact that it's a sympathizer does not necessarily mean that it's a member. So that
yes, but you see that doesn't mean that they cannot both exist at the same time.
You're just
let me finish.
And that is the point. That is the point I am making.
It's just semantics. It's just semantics.
Now.
Okay, wait. I'll give him this. He probably used the wrong word. I'll give him that much. But they can both exist at the same time. That's
let me enlighten you, please.
No, you don't need to enlighten me. I know what the word means. Thank you very much. You don't
let me enlighten you, please.
You cannot enlighten me, my brother. I know what the word means.
Let him enlighten you now.
No, you can't enlighten me. I'm not saying I'm a know-it-all, but I know what mutually exclusive
is anywhere below face.
See, you can be a sympathizer without being a member, but you cannot be a member without being a sympathizer. It's as simple as that. So
my point is they are not mutually exclusive. You can't say they can't happen at the same time, and they can. You know, they can happen at the same time.
You can be a member.
Yes, that's my point.
You can be a member and a sympathizer.
And when you use mutually exclusive, that means they cannot both exist at the same time. That's the point I'm making to this man. Talking about he wants to enlighten me. My brother, you don't know what you're talking about.
All right.
Okay, continue, Samuel. Let's hear you.
Aizo, PhD, MSc, Professor, God himself. So that is Aizo.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate the honor. Honorable.
Aizo. Who is that? Remember that Honorable Egbezo, the one that is always say, I have to go and
Krinkum.
Wait, what is his name again? We have to round off. What's his name?
Obia. Hey, I don't forget the guy name. Obia.
The cooking crackings of the Ism. And when you check his grammar, it's not always wrong, but it's just the way he presents it.
It's not wrong, though. One man.
Can Samuel land this point? Because I don't know if he's a member.
That guy is never wrong. And it's just that the Nigerian space, people just go crazy, man.
Yes, the crococasm.
Yeah, sorry, guys. I want to quickly, I came on for a reason, though. I want to backtrack a bit. Earlier on, Aizan was making a point like the Northerners don't protest at all. And so was that the case, Aizan? I don't know if I'm right. Before Soli mentioned,
no, my brother, I wasn't saying that they don't protest. I didn't say that. I think the point in Subidi and I were making was that they're not as vocal. So we don't necessarily hear their protests.
They are vocal to themselves.
That was the point we were making. Because if they are very vocal, they will get support from other parts of.
All right. Let's get to Sam O and have him round off his thoughts, just because for reasons of time.
Let's move on to the next topic, please.
Actually, I'm seeking to round off here, Samo. So I'll give because the 2 hour threshold we've passed it. So we'll give the very final last word to Alexander Gomez, who super chats, and he super chats in agreement with something you said earlier, Sam. He says, "You are absolutely right, Sam O. The military needs to come in and clear this utter mess in Nigeria. The country needs a thorough sweep, Rollins style." So that was Alexander Gomez. So for the benefit of the DSS agents that are listening, not me, but I know that I'm already, on the kill list anyway. But so there it is right there. So that's been the session. It's always interesting in the earlier sessions, and we never have sufficient enough time. But that's only to tease and encourage you to come join us later. If you are new to the platform, then this is what we do. We do it every day. Usually 9:35 UK time. And all of these are intelligent voices that you hear on the screen. They are usual contributors to the platform, so the conversation is always this gripping. I cannot recall a session that was never not gripping or enjoyable, all thanks to the voices like Aizon and Soli.
Please, one man. When anyone is making their point, try and protect whoever is speaking, please. The cacophony is just too much, please.
Don't worry. It's a
boss for this platform.
Do you know what a bear pit is? Go and look up that term. Go and watch it on YouTube. A bear pit. It's a bear pit of a place. But I try to control it, but I don't reel it in. Undubisi don't run.
Undubisi, I'll go see you later now.
All right.
CBD, please.
We prefer Ndubisi now, so you'll be rebranded. Yes.
Before you go, one man.
Yeah.
Let me reply. Japa, he was asking a question that this PDP do convention. I mean, sorry, what did they call it?
Consensus.
That's a stupid way. That is GBT that they do in Nigeria. Okay, this consensus. Yes, PDP did it, but PDP did it the way that consensus is usually done. What they do by consensus is that behind the scene,
they will agree among themselves behind the scene, and they come to convention and verify it. They don't do that shameful, that's all those shameful acts that characterize that of APC. They didn't do it.
Yeah,
They
APC
agreed
was just surprised. They were
it
surprising
was
each
a
other on
surprise.
stage.
They surprised. They came with their fraudulent way of doing consensus. They just came to the value and they told, hey, you got to step down. You got to go.
They were crying now, so that's
Yeah, that is why people were crying.
How you saw
Consensus is done behind the scene. Before the convention, they will sit down, they will agree among themselves, they will share everything among themselves, and they come to the convention center, and then the person they will call on whoever is contesting. Only one person will come, and they will say, okay, this is the person we are voting for, and everybody will vote for that person, and everybody will go home happily because they already agree behind the scene. But APC did not do that. Jafar, you practice politics and you know that is the way it's done, but not in a shameful way that APC did it. They coerce these people. They have their agenda, the leadership that constitute the leadership of the party, right from the president and to the governors. They have agreed on how they are going to do it, rob the interests of the people. That is not fair to the members of the people. People that have putting their money, energy into the development of the party, they were coerced. So how do you compensate them? People that have traveled around all over the country begging for people to vote for them, how do you compensate them? How do you compensate their energy and effort? So that is what we are saying. It is a fraud, and we must not tolerate it. We have to fight against it.
All right, thank you, Ajanle Koko. I really must because I am now pushed, and so that's been the session. Thank you, gentlemen. Ajanle Koko, of course. This is the one thing. Ajanle Koko never lets it go. But funnily enough, it looks as though Sam never lets it go as well. So that's a space that we're looking forward to as we continue to move forward with the platform. So the immovable force comes across the irresistible, however that thing goes. So we leave it there. Carry conversation in the comment section, but here I say peace. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everybody.